Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? This is Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, and we are on the second week of this 90-day challenge. So basically, this is going off for a total of 15 weeks, and it is a podcast a day, Monday through Saturday, to get myself out of this inconsistency slump. So what I've been doing with that is speaking about pretty much everything. Everything that I'm into. I realize that there's really no rules when it comes to a lot of this stuff other than, figure out your system and figure out your routine and build on top of that. So for example, even though this is going on for 90 days, this current week that we're currently on, my goal is to have 3 things that I'm adding on to it. So other than recording the podcast and editing it, putting it out, and distributing it in a couple of places, I also, as far as building brand awareness and people knowing who I am and different things like that, and working on doing stories as far as for Facebook and IG. I mean, I've used them before, but we're gonna go ahead and try it 5 days in a row. And as a matter of fact, while I'm gonna be doing this live to hold myself super accountable, so that way, let's see, shout out to my homeboy Amari. Let's see, so we want to add to story, we want to text. Oh, let's do a poll. I've never done those. Ask a question. Did you have a good weekend? Boop. Oh, I could change the colors. I like that one right there. That looks cool. Did you have a good weekend? Yes or no? It's something super simple. And I want to save it as well. There we go. So did that. Oh, happy birthday to the Nugget Javon, aka DJ. Oh man, let me go ahead and write that. What up, bro? Happy mother flippin' born day. Blood. Boom. Because sometimes what I'll end up doing is completely not give any care in the world, because I'm all like, yeah, let me do this, this, and this. There we go. Did you have a good weekend? Boom. Let me add like some cool little pizzazz on it, or let's see. And that's the thing with using this stuff. Sometimes it seems like, sometimes it can seem silly, but it really isn't. It's a form of communication, and that's what a lot of this is. I'm trying to better myself. One thing that I was reading today, though, that I found was interesting, was there's this phrase. What was it? Phantom leaf. Let's see, where is it at? I thought that was very, very interesting. Phantom leaf. That way I can give y'all the exact definition of it. And I've been thinking about this healing work as far as just trying, not necessarily something different. I think that the healing aspect has always been there and definitely needs to be nurtured and brought out more, but for the most part, it's there. It's just what we consider a healer. Let's see. So basically what they were talking about, when I do find it, so it's in this book, energy healing, and that's exactly why we have Google. Phantom leaf. Phantom leaf effect. So the phantom leaf effect is, you know what? And what's crazy is I probably did learn this when I went to get when I was taking media communication in for Full Sail, and we were getting into the story of different things. And so it's the Curlian photography. So what I'm doing is getting so basically what it is the abstract is the phantom leaf effect seen in Curlian's photography may help researchers better understand near-death and out-of-body experiences. While the process responsible for the phantom leaf effect is unknown, various variations of Rupert Sheldrake's morphogenetic field theory offers 3 explanations for the phenomenon. Each of these variations has a different implication for near-death and out-of-body experiences. And just to get on Curlian's photography, it's a collection from Wikipedia of photographic techniques used to capture the phenomenon of electrical coronal discharges. It is named after Semyon Curlian, who in 1939 accidentally discovered that if an object on the photographic plate is connected to a high voltage source, an image is produced on the photographic plate. And so I say all that because it was just something interesting I was looking into. Whenever I come across certain things, it usually isn't by random. So just looking at this week and looking at things in general, I don't know, there may be some type of energy healing. There's so many different ways to heal as far as by way of energy, and that's what I'm learning into. So shout out to Amari who let me borrow this book. But what are y'all looking forward to for this week? What are some of the things you're looking forward to? Me, I'm looking forward to knocking out another week of this podcast. Since creating the podcast, there's this level of, like, even right now, it almost feels habit, but I've been here before as far as this, like, all right, let's go ahead and continue going. I think that the rest, as far as that one day, that Sunday of not doing anything, I think that does help, and with being gentle with myself, not trying to overthink, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't talk about this, or maybe I should talk about that. No, I'm really diving into the speaking aspect of things and just talking about what it is that I find that moves me, like the Nas album. I read anime and watch anime, so me just talking about the philosophical aspects of that and just how it relates to life in general, and different shows or different things that I'm into. That's why I feel like this is a great time, even though I'm fully aware that even me doing this is a blessed situation. I'm grateful and thankful for it. What I want to assist with is helping more people realize that they have the same capacity. You don't have to be someone who has a gazillion followers and different things like that. I can tell you just off of what I've been looking at for years when it comes to YouTubers, because I realize, like, by default I like to observe and just catch patterns and different things like that. The most part for what I'm seeing is people who are diving into what they like, they're able to make this return. What if you were able to, just off of, which is very possible, just off the things you're already watching on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime, you just start speaking about them, how you felt about it, doing reactions, different things like that. Because what ends up happening is you're in this time frame, and this is for anybody. This is musicians, creators, just everybody in general. Realizing how a lot of this stuff works is so very important. How do you get revenue as far as with YouTube? You start monetizing. You can't monetize so you have meet certain criteria, which makes sense. A lot of people were upset that had happened, but for the most part, like, we want to make that a platform wants to make sure that you're serious by continuing to put stuff on there. There are people that were getting the monetization and kept on getting paid, but they wasn't putting anything out. So imagine just, some of these YouTubers are making bank, but just imagine being able to replace what you're making at work, or if you're not currently working, being able to generate an income. Yes, it doesn't, happen overnight or different things like that, but applying what I've seen, and I'm going to take this experiment myself, but for the most part, maybe 7, maybe 8 out of 10 times, if you pick something or multiple things, the key to it all is consistency. Set a goal, like a reward, because I think that that's a big issue with goal setting, is that you don't have the what you want from it aspect of things. It's like, oh yeah, I want to get 10,000 subscribers. That can be your reward. Some people would just set a goal. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna be putting out this stuff. What do you plan on doing? So with me, the goal for this 90 days, because currently I'm at like 54 subscribers, which is actually a jump up just off of putting out content this last week. Some people really like the Nas album listen. That was a really fun thing for me to do. But yeah, you want to pick something, set the goal. So for me, it's 90 days putting out this podcast, and at the end of that 90 days, reward aspect, it will be good to have. I know it sounds interesting, but to go from 50 to like 250, yeah, and maybe more, maybe less, but that's the goal of consistently putting out. And then from there, we'll look at, getting the first 1,000, and setting as far as a challenge to set up and get that, and build from there. But the main thing, set the challenge, choose your challenge. The challenge is going to be there, but choose your challenge. And that's what I feel like is a hack within this 90-day challenge. So, oh man, I'm gonna get this ball on the road. I feel good. I did my morning routines, planning out the week. it's gonna be awesome. So just my little nugget for today or this week is just try look, there's and no matter what it is that you're doing, there's people already doing it. There's millions of people on YouTube. There's millions of people on TikTok. There's millions of people just on these different platforms. Do not let that stop you. That doesn't mean that you will not be seen. There's somebody that is waiting for your content. There's someone who's just like, man, I wish there was someone making content like this or telling it like this or, you know, looking like this. So just do it. Put it out. Put it out. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and get my Monday actually started by releasing this, putting it out, and getting ready to start the day. There's several things to get done this week. It's going to be really cool. So thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure if you're listening, watching on YouTube, give a like, subscribe, bling, do a little notification bell so that way you don't miss out. If you're listening to this on the podcast, make sure to add this to your playlist so that way every time a new one comes out, you're good to go. And as well, if you're having issues, trouble sleeping, pain issues, focus issues, then check out dabtro.com/shop. I have CBD products there that can assist. I also got my first book, Ideas of Illusion, that you can grab, paperback or ebook available. And of course, my music, I have Quantum Containers Volume 1 out right now, as well as a single face mask. It's so interesting as the year goes on and how things are going, just how relevant that songs it continues to be. You can listen to either one of those on all your iTunes, Spotify. You can download it directly from mrcomposition.bandcamp.com. And yeah, I got tarot guidance services available. I'm getting some stuff organized as far as with that, as well as content creation services and consultations. So yeah, check out dabtro.com/shop. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all enjoy y'all's week. Peace.